Hi, Vicky Crystal. Where's Jackie?
Ah, guys, hi. Excitement.
Right? Don't you just love this energy day?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's powerful because today is 110 and 2019, and 110 if you take 1 um, beginnings, and then we have tomorrow 111.
I know.
We'll definitely be going on tomorrow live for that one. So with that, I want to play out a little bit that's happened this morning in my life. And each day I just wake to my highest potential, more connected than ever before, whatever that is to be, whatever my day is to be. I just allow whatever is to come forward. So just kind of a reflection on my last life. I mean, on my last life. Wow, that's so powerful how that came through. On my last year is how much we have grown and how much I have grown within my own internalness. So this morning I went into meditation. And so when I went into meditation, because if you had watched on my Facebook, Dennis was the winner of the healing, the mini healing and reading, Feel That on Your Heart. And I was actually really surprised about that because me,
Felt that.
right,
His name came up.
right,
First Laura, but then it says, no, Dennis. I go, right on. Oh my gosh. I was so excited for you. I just felt that. I was excited for the, yeah.
yeah, and so, but I was actually surprised, but because I wanted it to be somebody else.
Uh-huh.
So you know how you get in the way of yourself.
Yeah.
So, but I just allowed it to be, allowed it to unfold. Well, this morning, I'm in meditation, and the person that I wanted to do the free healing reading for came forward. Airion says we need to speak to her. Just ask if she is in residence of speaking with us. And her son had passed early in his life. And so, and she had, today is the day of that, of his birth. And so anyway, it was so funny because I was sitting there and I was like, because we do this all the time, not just me, all of us, you know.
Yeah.
So Airion told me, and then it was so funny. Her son comes forward, Johnny, and he's like grabbing my arm and he's like, please. It was just so cute, and it just was so loving, you know. And so I got a hold of Laura. I asked Laura if I could use a name.
Wow, it's amazing how I said both names.
Right? I was like blown away how you said that. I was blown away how you said that. Completely blown away how you
When
said
you started talking about the sun, I go, I saw that as well. I go, that was Laura.
Yes, absolutely. And the power in that, man. Thank you for that validation, Jackie. So, but you said it before it was you even knew about it. So, so it comes forward, and her son comes forward. Well, then I want to bring something up that happened in it, that he told her something that nobody knew in the world. Nobody else knew.
Man.
Except her. And that's how it works. And for validation of your own self. And for validation, you can feel this out your heart.
Oh my God.
And but I completely was connected with Laura, the soul essence of my sisterhood. I just felt her as sister.
Yes.
And so when I was going into, okay, now I'm bringing forward that I got to bring Laura forward, and I'm going to trust the process. Because at first I didn't trust the process. What happened first was, and I'm going to bring this forward, is I was like, but there's no payment, and I don't want to deplete my energy. Yes. Not that giving something free is a depleting of your energy. Well, then it made me realize I am getting paid. You are always getting paid. It is not in the payment that you think, but we are calling forth abundance, and abundance is of energy, of your own growth, comes in many forms. Wow. And then this overwhelming sense we're always getting paid.
Yes.
It's us who are creating our own experience that thing is brought forward to you, and then you put something up there because you figure out something needs to happen here.
That's exactly what Airion brought forward yesterday about that.
Wow.
Abundance is, I mean, it doesn't have to be in the money form that we think of it to be. That's why I think of everything being abundant. Everything is abundance.
Everything is abundant. Everything. And there's always an energy exchange when you're there. It's always exchanging.
Wow, wow, wow. I love it.
After the healing and reading, the honoring and the gratitude I felt from her, from my own awareness of allowing it to take place.
Yes.
I hit the lottery right there.
Oh, truly. Wow.
So in that transmission of me and her talking, there was so much that was being brought forward because we're now in this new paradigm of us. Mm-hmm. And I kept trying to go back to what other people had told me, and they would take it away from me. Not to hang on to what other people told me. Even if it was the shaman that told me it. Look at like right now, it's clear that because that is part of me. Because we're in a new paradigm of us, and what's happening is last night, if you have watched my videos, if you watched my live videos on my YouTube, on my Facebook, that was the one thing that she has been watching me for years. Laura has been watching me for years, and that's the one thing that always blows me away. When people tell me when I do it, they're like their first healing, how long they've been watching me before they have a healing. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. And she said, she goes, your live videos are freaking powerful. So, and they are. I feel it because community is powerful. Mm-hmm. We're trying to do the singular, and it's not going to work that way.
No.
And not when I put my videos out singular, you are already connecting into you watching it because I've set forth that intention of all who are coming forward to bring forth this video. They're already connecting, and it is already there. So I'm never alone. Yes. So in this, where was I going? I love it when they do this. And what it feels like is energy just running through me, and it's just like clearing. It feels like water running through the inside of me. There's my mind and all of that. But I want you to connect to this. When I cut down a tree in my yard, a portal has opened up. I asked my granddaughter, Zoe, I said, I want you to do something spiritual with me. And she goes, if it's easy, I will. And she usually doesn't want to do any of it, so I was very honored. And so I said, can you sit underneath the pyramid? She goes, I don't need to sit underneath that. I can do it here. She goes, give me a pen and paper. And I'm like, okay. And then she told me, speak your language. So I was like, okay. So she closes her eyes, and I start speaking, and she is scribbling. And she's going not just across the paper, she's going up and down the paper and in and out of the paper. Blew me away. And we did it twice.
Oh my gosh.
We did it twice. And in the first thing and I was so surprised how it all lined up. Even how the tree looks now and has fell, that's even in it. And the coding, I was like blown away. Well, anyway, the first thing that it said is the tree of portal.
Oh my gosh.
Feel that in your heart. Because I've been feeling that, like I opened up my world. That's what I felt like when I cut down the tree, like my world opened up. So then after underneath, thank you for the validation. And then after that, underneath the portal, it said, the one is here. And I was like, oh my God, I just like caught my breath, saying that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there was many other things, and it's amazing because I can look at it and I see more in it. And then on the second one, it was to trust the process, to trust.
Yes.
Yeah, trust it. Well, then I had Cheryl do it later on yesterday.
Yes.
She did it too. At first she brought up just for frequency. And then in the second one she did, she brought forward to be in celebration. You have done it.
Wow.
And at first she didn't want to trust that. So Airion came through and kept telling her to trust it. And she was blown away. What came forward? That new earth is here now. We're locking into that. And to calibrate that in our beingness.
Wow.
And that's the amazing thing is, so then I connected to the tree. I'm with Cheryl still on the phone. So I'm connecting into the portal on the tree. And there's stillness, nothing's going on, and I'm completely going into the tree, and then I start going into the roots of the tree, into Shasta. And then Cheryl goes, how's Shasta doing? And I said, why did you say that? She goes, I don't know why, really. And then I explained to her, that's exactly the moment that I put my roots into Shasta. And I felt like this portal has opened my world up.
Truly.
Truly, you can feel this.
Yes.
And it's transforming me in such a way of freedom.
That's why you can breathe.
That's why I can breathe. But it's also making me aware of what's around me that maybe isn't for my highest potential. One thing that was brought forward through the healing of Laura is my covering up my TV. I did a test this morning that actually happened on accident. Breathing into that. So last night, my grandson, he was sitting in front of the TV. Thank you for the validation. Was sitting in front of the TV, and he asked for a glass of water. So I took the water into it, sat in front of the TV, not thinking anything. Later, I go back in after he's gone, and I was like, oh, he didn't even drink any of the water. But the glass is full of bubbles. And I learned in the beginning of my enlightenment that water is a conductor. It will absorb negative around you. It transforms it. And so if you put glass around something negative or around you, like when you're sleeping or just even around you, it'll absorb it and it'll look like bubbles. So don't never drink that water. And so I was like, oh man, there's a lot of bubbles coming on around the TV. So I covered the TV.
Yes.
So then I went and I put a new glass with water in front of it, and I put it in front of the TV. And then I waited like, 30, 45 minutes this morning, and there was still some bubbles in the water. There was bubbles in the water. And I was like, okay, so it's not as strong. So then what I did is I took a glass of water and I put it across the room.
Yes.
To see if bubbles produced there. It did not. So I was like, wow. So then, like right now, I put a glass of water as when I started this transmission, as I started the recording.
Uh-huh.
And so there was no bubbles. And now, since it's been on, there's bubbles.
My goodness. Wow.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I went into Airion actually after the healing. That's why I needed the 10 minutes. So I went into this to why. Sometimes we ask why.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't get the answers we want. But anyway, I'm laughing about that. Like Airion's laughing about that. So anyway, when I ask, it's because of, and I don't want to put anything on this, but there is light and there is dark. And because the light is becoming so light, the dark is becoming so dark.
Correct. Yes.
It's an easy way for them to get through, even if the TVs are off. And that was the amazing thing, that even in front of my TV, they were still producing bubbles.
Yes.
So, yeah. And so, even covered up. So, but they're less, lot less. So Laura goes in the healing, she let go of her TV 7 years ago. Well, I had did that. When I first became awakened, I realized what the TVs did years ago. So I got rid of all the TVs in my house, and it felt freeing.
Yes.
Now that I'm up here, and in the wintertime, there's really nothing to do for the grandkids. So I introduced 2 more TVs back into my home. And Laura goes, I see you getting rid of them. And I feel that. But I'm having some resistance to it too because of the grandkids. So I'm going to let that unfold and let that, transpire as it should.
Right.
And we hold on to things because that's what I've been doing. It was so funny when I even was talking to Laura. She does the same as me. When she feels the need to clearing out her house, she takes what I did. I was clearing out all my house. I put everything that I was letting go of in my back room, in my bedroom.
Yes.
Okay, so I moved it from one area to the other area. Laura does the same thing. And then I woke up yesterday morning, and I woke up with all this like heaviness and all this like to my coreness. And I looked over and I see, oh, now I know why it's there. That's the first thing. Now I know why it's there. So I cleared all that up.
Wow.
So when you clear your space, because everything around you holds an energy. And if you're not paying no attention to it, it's not holding a good energy.
Yeah.
So let go of things because there is attachments. There are ties to that. She even let go of something that she's been holding on to, and she goes, she could not believe it, that as soon as she let go of it, you're sitting here and you're saying that I'm cutting ties, because that was the first thing that came to her mind. She had cut ties and she released something she had held on to because that was a piece of somebody she knew. And that's what we do. We hold on to things because it's somebody we know gave it to us. And I did that a lot, especially being a hairdresser. People gave me stuff all the time, and I didn't want to go of that. Well, I've been letting go of that, And so in this, I want to go back because I have kind of jumped. Do you want to talk about anything? I just feel like I'm just.
I'm like, in awe. I'm just like, wow.
Right, and this is it's still morning. What time is it? It's still early, and all this took place. And I woke up really early too this morning. So anyway, when through all that, really pay attention to what, and do your own test with the water.
Yes,
okay?
I will.
Do your own test. That's why it's brought forward, and that's why it's great. Yes. And because we're not holding on to old paradigm, I asked, does it still work in this paradigm? Because water is conductant, it's its natural force. Of course, it still works.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I was feeling in to this portal last night, as I was going to bed of the tree, this feeling, I want to say feeling because it was feeling, and I can't explain it, came, and it's kind of tuning into me right now, and it's kind of like circulating and flowing, and it's flowing through my body, and I feel ignited, but it just overfilled my whole energetic field. I could feel it as I was going to sleep. So I went to sleep, but I woke up, which I thought I had slept all night. But when I woke up, I was in a cold sweat. I was so cold to my bones, so cold, so like cold to my bones, like, and sweating cold. I could feel, and I know they were doing psychic surgery on me. I could feel them working on me. So I get up really slowly because I'm hurting. My whole core, my whole energetic body in my core and my bones is hurting. And so I'm sending love, I'm asking for gentleness, and I'm just sitting on the side of my bed, and it's like it's dripping. The sweat is dripping, and I'm freezing. And I start speaking light language, and I could start feeling it like lightened the load.
Yes.
So I went in, and at first I was blown away when I walked by my time, because it was 9:55. 9:55.
Endings.
9:55.
No.
Endings and changing. And so I was like, wow, that, and I was blown away too, because I just went to bed, not even like 30 minutes ago. But it felt like I slept all night. So I went in and I instantly put the shower as hot as I could stand it, and I was just letting it like clear me. But my bones were, it was like, even though I was underneath the shower, my bones were frozen cold, frozen like cold. It was hurting so bad that I can't even describe the pain. It was in me, in my cornice, but it was like I was in it, you know.
In like a bed of ice.
Man, like I had died that way. I'm just getting that right now. Wow. Wow. Like in a lifetime right now, I just died that way. Wow. I got chills to the core of me. I didn't even put two and two together.
Wow. I'm feeling that through.
Right.
Yes.
So I got out of the shower, because the shower went kind of cold because I let it run on me. And then I have hemp oil that I use every day, that I make. And I rubbed it. I like rubbed it through my whole body. I mean, I didn't even wipe it off. I mean, I just put all this coconut oil all over me. And then I'm going to say something that I wasn't going to say, but they keep saying to say it. And then I took and I stuck some of the coconut oil up inside of me. And then, but as soon as I did that, something happened. It was like a calming happened instantly. And then my whole energetic field, when I lay down, because what I did is I just put my robe on, and then I just went and laid in my bed, you know. And so I knew my robe was going to be, and it was. And but when I woke up this morning, I felt amazing, 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 amazing. Now, I did have a point that I had that, it was just a point. It was literally just a point right before I got in the shower. It's like, maybe I should call 911, because I could feel myself dying. I could feel my heart was like, I could feel it like it wasn't pumping right.
That's why when you said that had to have been how you died at one point, and that's how you're feeling every bit of that. And that's, well, yeah.
Wow, I just got chills to the core of me. Because we're becoming our multidimensional beingness, and all the lifetimes that are here to assist us.
Yeah.
And so when I was going through this, I'm realizing now I truly was dying now. And that lifetime has connected to this lifetime. I feel it now, like I feel like a big old hug.
Well, look at how your temperatures this year so far, where you've been experiencing a lot. We are of coldness, more cold.
Yes, and I got to be very honest. The cold, they are both doing different layers. They are both doing different healings, because of I have noticed that, because I have been having waves of heat come up on me. I'll be sitting, and maybe some women would call it a heat flash, but it's different than that, because it does come from your cornice, but it's different. It's transforming, and maybe fill into a heat flash. It is that. It's transforming you. And so I would instantly start sweating.
Yeah.
And so, and then I would, when I speak light language, when I'm healing myself, I've noticed that more, that I feel the cold. It's not a cold that you can explain. It's a cold that is in your bones. That's the only way I can explain it. And it's a core cold. And I've been noticing that more and more and more with the light language that I speak. in the beginning of light language, it was very hot and activating that way. Now it's transforming into a cold. But we are, our energies are changing, our body is changing, our frequencies are changing, and our temperature has to change with that.
Yes, it does.
And we are learning how to acclimate that by asking when you feel too cold to be warmer, when you feel too hot to be cooler. Because you are the creator of your existence. And when you are in tune with your body. Oh, and something that I had forgot, and it's dropping back in right now. Something that I had forgot that when I was talking to Laura.
Yes.
Is that when I was going through my channeling classes in my first awakening, and I was working with Osira, and Osira came forward and he told me, he goes, you are returning to the body to ignite the body, to teach people how to ignite their own senses and their own body.
Wow.
I remember walking away and thinking, what the hell does that even mean? Wow. Now I'm here. I'm ready. Because I have to work within my own body.
Yes.
My own transformation. And that's the one thing that Laura was really surprised about. Because when in the beginning of last year, she goes, you started this 30-day yoga. And then I noticed you didn't do that anymore. But I seen the weight drop off of you. I seen it fall off of you overall watching all your videos. And I said, it's just all programs. It's all, weight is programs. That's all it is. So I asked my body to be at its perfect weight as I was letting go of all the programs, and then it just happened. And
yes.
And to release that, because I feel people tuning into that it's more than that. No, it is not more than that. It's not more than that. You can put whatever shit you want onto it. It's not more than that. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So, it was me when she, wait, they're taking it from me again. Okay, let it go. Let that go. Great, cool. Now they're bringing forward something different. She also talked about when me and you were talking, and she was watching one of our videos, and she said the day that her husband went to the hospital and her life majorly changed is the day that Laura's life changed too. Her life completely changed. She moved, she quit her job, everything changed. Everything shifted into a new, the same day. And that's how we are connected. That is the singularity that is happening within the community. Us healers, we think we can do this singular. No, it's got to be a community. It can't be, because that's old paradigm. Yes. It can't be that way anymore. They've set up representatives in our old paradigm that were the faces, but who's coming forward in this paradigm is community. Yes. That's the only way it can be. And that's where I grew, because I tried to do it singular. It never worked. So when I connect into my videos, I bring forth everybody who is already coming forward.
Yes. Man, I feel this to the core.
Right? Right? Yes. We're all transforming into these amazing light beings.
Yes, we are.
And we're letting go of everything. 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 Your name, your sex, everything.
Yes.
We're letting go of everything of you. Because you're the creator. And it starts now. It starts now. Wow. Absolutely.
How exciting. How exciting it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? It's very powerful when you ask for more. Because that's,
oh my gosh, yes, it is.
Ask for more. Just like even right now. Ask for more.
Yes.
Absolutely.
More.
Yeah. I was telling Laura, I was very excited that when I did the Facebook Lives, how they used to exhaust me. So I quit doing them because they exhausted my energy. But now they don't exhaust.
I see a difference in you. I see a difference.
That's what she said too.
Yeah, and just your Tuesday night's video, wow, there's a lot of people that came forward, because I was thinking, after 5. I did 5 o'clock. We did 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking, wow. But you know, a lot of people came forward.
A lot of people came forward because Tribe's coming forward.
Yes, and it was just like,
it was because Tribe's coming forward. Even I was talking to, I was telling Laura, which I don't talk about, but it's dropping in, so I'm trusting it. When I have, you know, worked with a lot of healers, you know, have done healings through me, and I'll see them one time, I feel them as community, and then they just shrivel away. And I asked Airion, I just recently asked him, why? You know, because sometimes we get lost in the why.
yes.
And it's because they're not ready. They feel the energy that they're not prepared to sustain. And so, and plus they hold their own agenda. I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to be the main face. I can only do it. I'm the only one that's carrying this power. If somebody's saying that I'm the only one that's doing any of that, that's not of the heart. You can feel that. Heart is in community. Everybody brings forth their own activations for their own codes. They're all bringing forth their own light.
Yes.
Singularity won't work in New Earth. It can't.
No.
Because we're a community in New Earth.
That's right. And we're love. And when you do these videos, and everybody that comes on, I just feel their love. I just feel the love that comes in there, and how we are community. We are together doing this together. And
absolutely. My hands are lit up itching. One thing that I've learned, if your hands are itching, don't itch them like that. Because you're itching it off. Rub them. I'm asking right now, is that old paradigm? In a way, they're saying yes. Let that go. We're letting it go. Just rub your hands together.
yes.
That's all you have to do. Just rub your hands together. It's just more, a different way.
Wow.
Yeah. Your body's signaling what's coming forward. All the signs are coming forward. That's where we're at. We are ready. 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 We are ready.
Exciting.
You're watching this. You're ready.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I love you, Jackie, and I love you, all of you.
Oh, I love you, Vicky.
All
Yes.
of you, all of you, all of you. And I thank you for your words. Also, too, on the 16th, that I'm doing another drawing for a free mini healing, and that is in the video of New Earth that I put out this week. Watch it, share it, subscribe, and like it, and you can be entered into that mini healing. And if you feel called, do it. Don't hold yourself back.
No, yeah, don't hold yourself back.
You know,
Yes.
got to do this by himself. I got this. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So I send love. Do the test for the TV. Do the test wherever you're at about the water.
Right on. I will.
Absolutely. I send love to all of you.
Love you all.
All be blessed.